Whenever someone says that they're a lawyer, people usually assume big law firms, black suits, high paying salaries, busy working hours, and a celebrity level lifestyle. And that is not entirely wrong, but a different side of this is also that the freshers in the legal field, they get paid very less. Some even leave the careers just because there's a lot of financial burden and there's no right guidance, there's no right mentorship, and their college does not help at all. So the reality is that at the top positions in some of the flourishing careers, people make crores every year. And at the same time, in the initial years, when you graduate out of the college, in some careers, you get paid very less. Sometimes you do not even get paid. So a beginner lawyer in the litigation area, they generally get 5,000 to 20,000 rupees per month. And not just for the initial internship, but for even 1 to 2 years, they have to struggle. But then once they make their own way, once they make the right kind of connections, the right networking, and they learn the right skills, there is no ceiling. There is no ceiling to the kind of money that you can earn. So, some top lawyers in India, for example, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, Harish Salve, they earn up to rupees tens of lakhs for a single hearing. That is true because legal career rewards consistency, it rewards patience. And today, in the era of artificial intelligence, careers are evolving, so is the legal field. Many new jobs are coming in, for example, AI governance, jobs in AI-based startups. So entirely new kind of jobs are emerging in the technology law, in the cybersecurity space, in the data privacy space. And you must upskill yourself in order to work at these jobs. So welcome back to Careers360. Today we will be discussing the top 5 highest paying legal careers in India. We'll discuss what are these careers, how much do you get paid as a fresher, and after a certain point of time when you have a certain years of experience, how to get into these careers, which skill should you learn in order to excel at these careers, and which law firms hire, which are the top tier 1 law firms, tier 2 law firms, and then tier 3 law firms, boutique law firms. We'll discuss everything in detail. So if you have not subscribed to Careers360 yet, pause the video, go back to the page and subscribe to Careers360 because it is important for us. And before that, let us first understand that why law in India is the next big career. Firstly, because startups are being registered every day. Currently, there are more than 1 lakh plus startups which are registered, and every startup needs legal help. Every startup needs a lawyer, and you can be of their help. So now there's a record FDI inflow. The cross-border transactions are at an all-time high. So you can actually work at the law firms, work in the cross-border transaction area, because AI and DPDP compliance is currently trending. So new law careers and new demands instantly. Commercial Courts Act. Indian government is passing new regulations every day related to personal laws, private laws, commercial laws, criminal laws. So you have to keep yourself updated in order to help those who are suffering. So let's start with number 5, advocate or a litigation lawyer. You start working at the district level, at the district courts, and then you work there, you learn drafting, you learn pleading, you learn how to argue before the court. Let me first tell you the reality that as a junior lawyer, you will be paid very less. For example, your salary might range from 10,000 to 50,000 per month. But if you are patient enough, if you learn the right kind of skills, and if you have the right kind of mentorship, you can make your way up to 5 to 25 crores. In the next 7 to 8 to 10 years, you can actually reach this level of pay. But for that, you have to be consistent, you have to be patient, and you have to make the right kind of networking. You have to brand yourself. So what actually do the litigation lawyers do? They represent clients before district court, high court, or supreme court. They draft pleadings, argue cases, advise on disputes. And first 5 to 7 years are lean. So junior advocates earn stipends. Patience and specializations are non-negotiable. Remember that you have to choose one specialization. For example, if you're interested in civil law or property law, choose that and stick to it. Learn all the nuances of that field and you will excel. Mind my words, you will excel. Now, which are the key specializations? Commercial litigation, constitutional law, arbitration, criminal law, tax litigation. Other than this, you also have civil law, property law, ADR, etc. So there are so many specializations in which you can specialize. You can learn the nicks and tricks of that field, and you can actually build your trust among the clients, and you can start earning in lakhs very soon. Next is in-house counsel. Now, as an in-house counsel, you will be working in the legal teams of the top MNCs of the global companies, and you actually get paid very well here. So you start with 6 to 12 LPA, in between 6 to 12 LPA, and after you reach a certain experience level, you can earn up to crore. So top in-house legal counsels get paid in crores of rupees. Now, which top companies hire for the in-house legal counsels? These are Google, Amazon, Flipkart, Zomato, Cred, Paytm. In the financial services area, these banks hire HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Bajaj Finance, SBI. In the pharma and healthcare sector, Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy's, Cipla. And in the consulting and big fours, there's also your opportunity for you to work. Deloitte, KPMG, PwC, EY, these all companies hire, and many others. So there's a lot of demand for an in-house counsel. There's a lot of documentation work. You get to work on agreements, on contracts, on policies, and it is also a very safe career, and you can actually do a high paying job while having a stable working hour. So when compared to someone who's working in a big corporate law firm where the working hours are very hectic, as an in-house legal counsel, you actually get to control your working hours. So it is basically a 9 to 5 job, and you get to have so much of exposure. Next, we have an emerging career at the intersection of technology and data laws. This is technology and data privacy lawyer. So India's Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023 created overnight demand for tech lawyers, and it will be implemented very soon. So as juniors, you get paid between 12 to 20 LPA, depending upon which college you come from, which kind of internships have you done. And at mid-level, when you have done at least 5 years of work, you get paid between 25 to 50 LPA, and as a senior, you can actually target between 60 lakhs to 1.2 crore. And if you start working as an independent consultant, you can actually earn even more. Now, which firms hire for data privacy lawyers? These are Nitish Desai and Associates, Ikigai Law, Spice Route Legal, CAM, Trilegal, TMT. Other than that, Deloitte, KPMG, EY, these firms also hire for data privacy lawyers. Now on number 2, we have international arbitration lawyer. Now what does an international arbitration lawyer do? Now these lawyers handle cross-border commercial disputes involving shipping, energy, infrastructure projects, multinational companies, foreign investors. So they help them settle the disputes. And since these disputes are more than tens of billions of dollars, so you actually get paid very well. So unlike traditional litigation, arbitration is actually a very corporate level, high paying, lucrative legal career. And you need to have strong drafting capabilities, good communication skills, and international exposure if you want to work as an international ADR lawyer. Now the fresher salary ranges between 15 to 25 lakhs, and as a senior you can expect 80 lakhs, and after you reach to the top 2-3% in the arbitrators, you actually get paid between 12 to 15 crores. And this data may vary depending upon which college you come from, what kind of skills do you have. So these are the tier 1 disputes law firm: CAM, SAM, AZB, Trilegal, JSA. These are the boutique arbitration law firms: Spice Route Legal, Argus Partners, Vials. And international firms are White and Says, Herbert Smith, Allen and Overy. These are the top law firms which hire international arbitration lawyers. Finally, we have M&A corporate lawyer. So if you like working at the intersection of mergers and acquisitions, you can actually be among the top 1% of highest paid lawyers in the country. And the salary and the career growth is immense here. Let's see. The top freshers are the top law firms, top tier firms. They get paid between 18 to 25 LPA. The work hours are also very hectic, between 12 to 15 hours per day, and you also have the weekends busy. So since it pays a lot, it demands a lot. After a certain year of experience, like for example, if you have worked for 10 years and you make the right kind of connections, you can actually become partner in a top tier law firm, and then your earning might range from 1 crore to 5 crore. And if you actually get bored of the long working hours, you can actually exit from the career. You can start as an in-house lawyer, you can be a VC, you can start private equity, and you can work into policy, or you can actually teach. So you also have exit options. This is one of the most high-paying legal jobs in India, in the world. Which companies hire? Which are the top law firms? AZB, Khaitan, Sam, Cam, Trilegal, these are the top tier 1 law firms which hire for the M&A corporate lawyers. So now, which are the top skills that you should learn if you want these high paying jobs, if you want to make careers in these high paying legal jobs? You have to learn contract drafting, you have to learn legal research, moot courts, you have to take part in moot courts while you're in your college. You have to develop commercial awareness, you have to learn AI tool in order to become proficient. You have to have tech law knowledge if you want to work at the intersection of technology and law. You have to network like your life depends on it, because in the field of law, networking is everything. If you have a background in law, for example, if someone in your family is already a lawyer and they're an established lawyer, you might get an easy hand. Things can become easier for you, but if you do not have that, you have to network aggressively. You have to use LinkedIn as your best friend, use it at the topmost tool, network aggressively, send cold DMs to people, build your personal brand. Because how much you will get paid will depend upon your personal branding. If you want to work in international careers, for example, international arbitration law, you can actually think about pursuing your LLM from somewhere abroad. So you need to have international exposure. If you can get a job at any global law firm, that would be the best. So you can actually take a screenshot of this. This will tell you how you can develop these skills. How to build it, draft mock agreements, internship work, which legal research tools do you want, Case Mine, Manupatra, SEC, you can take a screenshot of this. Now let me also give you a reality check, because situation is not the same for everyone and law careers are actually demanding. So brutal hours, they are very brutal hours at the tier 1 law firms. You get paid well, that's why they expect from you to put in all your working hours. So 12 to 15 hours per day is standard. You will be called on weekends, deal deadlines at 3 am. And most associates burn out within 5 years. Many associates actually leave their jobs because they are getting paid well, but they do not have time for themselves. Now there's insane competition for tier 1 because jobs are limited and many students are choosing law every day. So CAM, AZB hire from 2-3 NLUs primarily, and getting in requires near perfect internships, CGPA and networking. And since AI is already here, so most of the things are getting automated. For example, contract review, due diligence, legal research, AI tools are replacing junior tasks. So specialization is the only way to survive. Pick up a niche and specialize yourself, learn everything about it, and you will survive. In the litigation careers, litigation pay nothing early. So when you're starting as a litigation lawyer, you have to be very patient and resilient, because junior advocates in district courts earn 10,000 to 30 to 50,000 per month, depending upon the kind of networks they have, the kind of skills they have. So you need patience and financial planning if you're planning to pursue litigation. This is the career reality check. High attrition, 60% of tier 1 associates leave within 5 years into in-house roles, startups, LLMs abroad or policy work. So since law is a very big field, you can actually leave your high paying job and you can settle for some other careers. For example, you can work in startups, you can go and pursue your LLM from abroad, you can do policy work, you can shift as an in-house legal counsel. So you have many options at every step. And if you want to pursue litigation, there is no age limit. You can work up till you're 90 years of age. There is no age limit. All of this can be worth it. Those who navigate it strategically, you have to choose the right college, right specialization, right firm, and you can build your extraordinary career. So your college actually plays a very big role. You must have already given your CLAT, and if you are looking for admissions into a private college, choose your college wisely because it plays a very important role in your career trajectory. You need to study what kind of curriculum there is, what kind of internships that they offer, what is their placement record, check everything and then decide your college. So you can choose which is the right path for you if you want to work into corporate, if you want to go into litigation, if you want to pursue data privacy or ADR, you can choose. Do your research and choose your careers wisely, choose your college wisely, and if you have not subscribed to Careers360 yet, make sure that you subscribe the channel and push the notification button so that whenever any video comes, you will be notified the very first. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching this video.